Hello, my dear students. My name is Prashant Jain, and today we are going to deal with a very important notion of geometry, congruency. So basically, congruency of two geometrical shapes. So we are limiting our discussion to plane figures like triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons, etc. So congruency is something which is defined as that, like if two shapes or we can say two geometrical objects are of same size and same shape, then they are said to be congruent. So if we take the example of triangle, then if all the sides, corresponding sides means, let's name them ABC and PQR. So if AB equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, AC equal to PR, and then angle A equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, angle C is equal to angle R. If these six parameters are equal, then these two shapes or these two triangles are said to be congruent. And then there are some congruency criteria. I hope all of you have heard of it. So for example, I have marked here SAS. This side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and the included angle is equal for these two triangles. So this is SAS congruency criteria. So we have many congruency criteria for triangle. But what about quadrilaterals? What about quadrilaterals? So this is that important aspect. What about quadrilaterals? What about pentagons? See, the beauty of mathematics is to generalize a theory. And in this lecture, or in this this is a very short video. In this video, we will be actually generalizing the congruency criteria of triangle to n-sided polygon. So if you want to think, this is a brain teaser for you. Try to think of a congruency criteria for an n-sided polygon. Let's think. What will be the congruency criteria for n-sided polygon? Let's think. Like I'll give you some time. You can pause the video and you can think. But here is my claim. Here is my claim. SAS is an axiom. Like you all must have seen this axiom in class 9 NCERT textbook. SAS is an axiom for a triangle. Then if I add AS more, it becomes congruency criteria for quadrilateral. If I add AS once more, it becomes congruency criteria for pentagon. Now this is going to be very interesting. What does this mean? What does this mean? Let me show you. Let's assume that this is a pentagon, this is another pentagon. Let's name it as A, B, C, D, E, P, Q, R, S, T. So what does this mean? This side is equal to this side, then angle equal to this angle, this side is equal to this side, this angle is equal to this angle, this side equal to this side. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3 angles. So this side equal to this side, this angle equal to this angle, this side equal to this side, this angle equal to this angle, this side equal to this side, this angle equal to this angle, and then this side equal to this side. If I have these many equal parts in two pentagons, then I can say that these two pentagons are congruent. These two pentagons are congruent. This is my claim, and in this video we'll be proving it. And in fact, we can actually prove that SAS to the power n minus 2. It means AS will repeat n minus 2 times. N greater than equal to 3 is a congruency criteria. It's a congruency criteria for n-sided polygon. It's a very beautiful thing. So, like, to be very honest, I have thought of it myself. If there is already some proof of it, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll be calling it. Like this, like I'm saying, I have thought of it myself. I have told this to my students, and like they have also acknowledged that they have not heard of it before, but still. So I am calling it PJ's theorem since my initials are PJ, Prashant Jain. So I am calling it PJ's theorem. But if there is already, like if somebody has given it a name earlier, I do not have any problem. I am just naming it so that if this is recognized, I will be more than happy to give it my name. So what I am claiming is SAS to the power n minus 2 n greater than equal to 3 is congruency criteria, right? So let's do it with. So do you want to try? Do you want to try? Like you are welcome to try this. For n-sided polygon, you need to prove this. You can pause the video and do this question, right? Otherwise, let me prove. You can try, pause the video. So let's do this. I'll be doing it by induction. Very powerful strategy, induction, right? Let's assume n minus 2 equal to k. And since n greater than equal to 3, n belongs to natural number because number of sides is always going to be natural number. It implies k is greater than equal to 1, k belongs to natural number, right? Why k equal to 1? Because induction starts from 1. So let's take k equal to 1. The criteria becomes SAS and the polygon becomes triangle, right? Congruency criteria for a triangle. And this is true by SAS axiom which we have studied in class 9. This is a well-known proof. This is a well-known axiom, right? So for k equal to 1, we have proved it. For k equal to p, we assume that SAS to the power p is congruency criteria, right? For p plus 2 sided polygon, right? For p plus 2 sided, because n equal to k plus 2. So if I am assuming k equal to p, then actually this thing will be this will be criteria for p plus 2 sided polygon, right? Now let's take the case of k equal to p plus 1. If I am able to prove this with the help of these two informations, if I am able to prove this, then my work is done. Right? We'll be able to demonstrate that this is a congruency criteria. And in a mathematics, there is a saying, in fact it is the saying for everything, nothing is obvious till it is proven, right? Some student might be thinking, oh, it is very obvious, SAS to the power n minus 2 is a congruency criteria, it's very obvious. But nothing is obvious until you have the proof. And this is the proof. You can also try, I do not have any problem, but let me demonstrate it for you. K equal to p plus 1. I will be taking the case of k equal to p plus 1. It means I am actually, what I have done till now, for triangle, we have proved it. For p plus 2 sided polygon, we have assumed. Now, with the help of these two informations, I will be proving it for p plus 3 polygon, right? P plus 3 polygon, p plus 3 sided polygon. So, let's take the case. Let's take this case. K equal to p plus 1. So any number of sides, right? I do not know how many sides are there. Same. Now, let's assume that this is A1, A2, A3. This is P1, P2, P3. This is p plus 2, p plus 3 sided polygon, right? This is p plus 3 sided polygon. I have not made it completely closed because like otherwise some students can say that it's a 6-sided polygon. So I have kept it open-ended. Now let's join these two vertices. Now Can I say that this is a P plus 2 sided polygon? This is a P plus 2 sided polygon. This is also a P plus 2 sided polygon. Right? Now, what is given to me? What is given to me? Let me show it to you. What is given? A1, A2 equal to P1, P2. A2, A3 equal to P2, P3. So on. Now, what I have to prove that SAS to the power P plus 1 is congruency criteria. This I have to prove. Right? It means I have to take P plus 2 consecutive sides to be equal. P plus 2 consecutive sides to be equal. Right? Both these polygons have P plus 3 sides. I'll have to take P plus 2 consecutive sides to be equal correspondingly. So I'll take it till this. Right? I hope I am making sense. It's a difficult proof, but then if you are able to understand it, it will be helpful. Right? Like it will be great if you are able to understand this. A P plus 2 A P, right? So this is what I have assumed. Then I'll also assume that P plus 2 sides I have taken to be, like I'll be taking equal, and then there will be P plus 1 included angles. P plus 1 included angles, I'll make them equal as well. So angle A1 equal to angle P1, angle A2 equal to angle P2. In fact, we'll start with angle 2, angle 3, P3, because let me show it here. So I have taken this side to be equal to this side equal to this side. So this angle will be taken to be equal as this angle. So I have to start the angles from A2. I'll have to start the angle from A2. This particular vertex is A P plus 3. This particular vertex is A P plus 2. This is also equal. Right? P plus 3, P plus 2. And this is also equal to this one. Right? So these are my assumptions. And this will go on till angle A P plus 2, because I have to take P plus 1 angles to be equal. So this particular angle will be equal to this particular. I hope I am making sense. So this is given. This has to be given. Now I have to prove that these two polygons are congruent. I hope you have understood that what is given. SAS. So P plus 2 sides and P plus 1 included angles are to be equal correspondingly. They have to be equal. Now this is my construction. Let me construct. Let's take this triangle. So this will be P plus 2 sided polygon. This is also P plus 2 sided polygon. Now, in A1, A2, A P plus 2 and P1, P2, P plus 2. So these two are P plus 2 sided polygons, marked in red. Right? It is given that A1, A2 equal to P1, P2. From here, angle A2 equal to angle P2. Similarly, I can have till here, I will have P plus 1 sides to be equal, and then till here I will have P and P angles to be equal. This means that these two triangles are congruent because till P plus 2 we have already assumed. See, till P plus 2 we have already assumed. You can see here till P plus 2 we have already assumed. So this means that, just a second, this means that these two triangles, these two polygons are congruent. These two polygons are congruent because in proving, like what I have told you, to prove for k equal to P plus 1, we have to assume till k equal to P. We are assuming till k equal to P. So k equal to P means P plus 2 sided polygon. So these two polygons are congruent. These two polygons are congruent. It means these two are congruent. So like I'm not following the conventional mathematical writing skills, but then you will be able to understand. So these two are congruent. Now let's see. Now these two are congruent. This means by CPCT, this angle equal to this angle. Since this complete angle was equal to this angle, it means this angle equal to this angle. Now this side will be equal to this side. Why? Again by CPCT. This means that A1 AP plus 2 AP plus 3, A1 AP plus 2 AP plus 3 is congruent to P1 PP plus 2 PP plus 3. Right? Now what I have done here, these two triangles are also congruent. These two polygons are equal. These two polygons are equal. These two triangles are congruent. It means the combined polygon is also congruent. The combined polygon is also congruent. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I hope I am making sense. It is a very beautiful thing, very beautiful understanding and very beautiful result also. What I have said, I have proved that these two polygons are equal. After proving that these two polygons are equal, I have said that this angle will be equal to this angle by CPCT. This side will be equal to this side by CPCT. This angle will be equal to this angle because this angle is this angle are equal, and this complete angle was also equal. So the difference will also be equal. And now by SAS axiom, this triangle is equal. So this triangle and this triangle is congruent. This polygon and this polygon is congruent. So using these two results, I can say it is true for k equal to P plus 1 as well. So what does induction say? You prove for k equal to 1. You assume for k equal to P, and using these two results, if you are able to prove for k equal to P plus 1, then this result is true for all k greater than or equal to 1. And what was k? N minus 2. Right? So by induction, we have proved that these two polygons are congruent. These two polygons are congruent. Right? So this means, what does this mean? What does this mean? That this beautiful result, Piaget's theorem, is a valid argument. Second statement is ASA to the power n minus 2, n greater than or equal to 3, is also a congruency criteria. Right? So this is also a congruency criteria. You can prove it again by induction. So these two statements are very beautiful statements, and it is the power of abstraction. So we saw that SAS, ASA are congruency criteria for triangle. Triangle means n equal to 3. N equal to 3 means three-sided polygon. Now we have abstracted out a general result out of it, and this is the general result, that it can be that SAS to the power n minus 2. This is just my representation, obviously. So SAS to the power n minus 2 means that AS is to be written like this, n minus 2 times. It's a congruency criteria for n-sided polygon. It is also congruency criteria for n-sided polygon. So these are the two statements which I think are my are my understandings, like this is the proof which I have, like which I have written on my own. So if there is a similar proof, it's just a coincidence. You'll have to believe me. I don't have any proof for that. If you do not find any such proof or find different proof, then also it will be a different methodologies. But if you do not find any proof, then I'll be calling it PJ's theorem, and you can also call it PJ's theorem. So this is for the love of mathematics from me to you, to all my students. This is for the love of mathematics and for the non-routine part and ability. I am also, like, through this video I would also like to tell you that you should also once in a while think non-routine and think on the lines and think out of curiosity to find out certain things in mathematics or maybe in other fields. So this is about PJ's theorem, SAS to the power n minus 2, ASA to the power n minus 2. Very important results. Obviously, these two cannot be found in any books, but sometime down the line, I am expecting these to be part of non-routine mathematics. Right? Thank you.